Hi, this is part 2, Empower week 3. So today, this session, we're going to talk about calories and nutritional value. I know many of you might be quite surprised for this because I know a number of you might count your calories. And, in today's world, calorie count seems to be on every single menu that you pick up. And in its basic form, a calorie is a measure of energy. It isn't a measure of nutritional value. For example, we can compare 1 cup of blueberries and a meringue. Now I use a meringue or a meringue nest because I know in Weight Watchers at some point I've been advised that it was a free food and we could eat as much of it as possible. So 1 cup of blueberries is approximately the equivalent of 80 calories, as is 1 meringue. Now already, you all know from the amount of times I bang on about blueberries as that blueberries are a good food and meringue's got a lot of sugar in it. A number of you have deducted that already, which is brilliant. So blueberries include antioxidants, they've got fibre in them, they've got a rich source of vitamin C and a rich source of potassium. So hugely important, all of those things, they will help lower your risk of heart disease, of cancer, hugely anti-inflammatory, the benefits, brilliant for gut health, loads and loads of nutritional value in those. A meringue is still 80 calories. It has a tiny bit of egg white in it, which, it has a lot of egg white in it, but that has a small amount of selenium, which is a mineral, which is very important, and a small amount of protein, but basically it's sugar and egg white. So essentially a meringue will do nothing really for you apart from increase your risk of type 2 diabetes and heart disease. So if you're counting calories and not nutritional value, you can see the difference between those two things. But on a piece of paper, they both say 80 calories. Nuts is something I know that some of you have mentioned, and nuts are hugely calorific, and nuts are a massive source of omega-3s, of selenium, zinc, a number of different things, and they're hugely beneficial to the majority of people. Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi has got 0 calories. It has no nutritional value whatsoever. Whilst I'm not going to sit here and tell you not to drink it as a treat, a number of people might drink it every day and think it's fine to drink, but it has got 0 nutritional content. It has just got sweeteners, again, terrible for your liver. It has it can be used as a cleaning product. I saw one lady in a talk that I did who basically said that they used it as a cleaning product on ambulances because it was the only thing that got the stains off various materials. But you imagine what that's doing to your insides. So if we're talking about calories, there's no comparison. Interestingly, I went to a local pub a couple of weeks ago and they decided they'd put calorie count on the menu. And I opted for the Sunday roast, 2,500 calories. And I was horrified because it came and it was beautiful. Roast chicken, 5 or 6 different types of vegetables, gravies, hand cooked, great meal, 2,500 calories. That's probably, over my daily quantity if I was calorie counting, but I felt guilty about having it. I could have gone for the less calorific option of a packet vegan burger, which would have been ultra processed, and chips, which would be no doubt fried in sunflower oil. Nutritionally, there is no comparison, absolutely no comparison. Even though it was 2,500 calories, that roast dinner will have given me so much nutrition and so much energy and helped me to lose weight, kept my stomach bacteria happy and healthy, and helped balance my hormones, helped make my hair strong, helped give me energy, helped in all sorts of ways, and the burger and chips possibly less so, even though I might have thought that it was vegetarian and it might have had some beans in it. If it was a handmade bean burger, brilliant, but it was a shop bought one. So no comparison. I hope that kind of helps address some of those things. Calorie counting can be helpful if you are a gross overeater. It can be beneficial to show what's calorific, and it can be helped with somebody who's massively obese because it does help them recognise what are high calorie foods and what aren't. But from a nutritional perspective and ideally for the majority of us and the majority of you listening, that's not going to be the issue at all. And it's about feeding your body to give you the nutrients it needs. If you want to count and you're a big lover of counting things and you like to measure out things, you'd be far better placed measuring your protein. Now, I've mentioned on a comment before, which some of you might have missed, that if you're doing a standard amount of activity, if you get your typical body weight and you times it by 0.8 to 1 kilogram, 1 gram per kilogram of body weight, and measure your protein in that way. So for example, if you were 60 kilograms in weight and then you ate 60 grams of protein, that would be your guide for how much protein you need a day. You'd be far more best placed measuring that out, or ensuring that you got between 30 and 40 grams of fibre, mostly from vegetables, a day, because those are the sorts of things that are going to be more beneficial to you and help you lose weight than counting overall calories, which is a futile exercise. Eating, if you think about restricting your calories, you're actually restricting your energy. Again, 1 calorie is a measure of how much energy you're getting into your body. So if you're under eating on calories, you're actually under supplying yourself the nutrition and the energy that your body needs to function. Think about the plate that we said in week 1. Having that guide of proportions. Don't think about restriction, think about what you can add in. I actually like to think of vegetables as negative calories because you have to eat so much of them to get a high calorie content. Your calories come from your meat and your fats. So if there's one thing you can take from this week, is please don't focus too much on calorie counting. Focus on nutritional value and counting your nutrition. And in that way, you're actually going to be able to eat a lot more food, be very much more satisfied, and lose any excess weight if you have excess weight to lose. Think about all those things that you're adding in nutrition and minerals and vitamins and fats and protein, rather than restricting yourself on really good foods because they're too high calorie.